Hi everyone, it's Beth from Be Styled and it's Tipsy Tuesday, and this week's tips are about pattern mixing. I'm going to give you some ideas, some rules of thumb, and some examples from my closet about pattern mixing. Now I am kind of a solid girl. Most of my clothes are solids, but I was able to find some examples of patterns, and I can show you some easy ways to introduce pattern mixing to your daily dressing. Now, the easiest way to start is with a striped tee, and I love this J. Crew striped tee for two reasons. One is just classic and comfortable and easy. Two is I think it's actually navy and white, but it also could be black and white. The navy is so dark that I use it interchangeably as a black and white striped or a navy and white striped. For example, my jacket is navy, but I've worn this with black as well. So a striped shirt is the perfect foundation for pattern mixing. Now, one easy thing to add to a striped shirt to do that is a leopard belt. Now, leopard print, as you may know, is considered sort of a faux solid or a neutral. It works with most things, and it looks especially great with a simple striped classic top like this. Now, I could leave it like, chances are I would probably leave it as is because I'm kind of a plain Jane kind of girl. I have my taupe booties on to show you the shoe, and that's kind of how I've been walking around all day today. But let's just do some pattern mixing here. One easy way that you might not think of adding pattern mixing to this outfit is just with a pendant necklace. This is my Kendra Scott ring necklace, and because it's a vertical pendant necklace, it's contrasting with the horizontal stripes in my shirt, creating pattern mixing, adding some movement, adding some interest. Now, let's take it one step further. We could add a scarf. That's sort of the traditional pattern, way of doing pattern mixing with a striped t-shirt, is to add a printed scarf. Now, the key is the scarf has the same colors. It has navy, black, and white. And then it adds, it has those colors plus some additional colors, the wine, for example. So it works. And the graphic stripe of the shirt works with the sort of the paisley pattern of the scarf. But the key is there's congruency in terms of the colors. That's key, okay? Now, another thing I could do, now let me just say something. If it were me and I were wearing this scarf with this outfit, I would untuck my shirt and get rid of the leopard. To me, the leopard that's too much. And the leopard doesn't really make sense to me, in my eye, to all this wine and navy and black and white. But if I were to use this plaid scarf, now some of you are going to be saying, like Mary, my mother would say, are you kidding me? Stripes and plaid, like who does that? It totally works though, I think, because again, we have the navy and the white, or the black, white, and navy in this scarf. But it also has sort of those fall colors. There's some gold and browns in it. So in that case, I would actually keep the leopard belt on and have the striped shirt, the leopard, and the plaid. Now that's some heavy duty pattern mixing, but to my eye, it works because there's some congruency in terms of the color, the scale of the patterns work. This is a big plaid, and this is relative to the plaid, this is a small stripe. It's not a big, thick stripe, which would be too similar to scale in this pattern, whereas the narrow stripe with the big plaid works. Conversely, the tight pattern in this scarf contrasts well with the relatively wider stripe in this shirt. So you got to play around with your scale. Generally speaking, a tight pattern works well with contrasting pattern, like a bigger pattern. So tight with big, or big with tight. Is that making any sense? I'm going to show you an example of what that means, what I mean by that. Here's a good example of that. Another great pattern to play with is houndstooth. Now, houndstooth is a tight pattern. So with the houndstooth, I could use this scarf because there's gray in the scarf along with a lot of other colors, but there is some gray, so it works. And this scarf has a bigger pattern as opposed to a tight pattern like the pants. So the tight goes with the big, okay? That's another example. Now, finally, I'm going to do a really crazy one. Here's another classic pattern, and that is gingham. Now, with the gingham, I found in my closet this scarf. This is probably something I would wear more in the spring, but this scarf has the same purpley pink in it. Quite a bit of it, I don't know if you can tell, woven in there. And the scale of this large pattern works with the gingham. So I would put those two things together, but you know what I would do to kind of calm it down, because there's a lot going on there, is I would then add a true neutral, in this case, a denim jacket, to sort of tie it together and calm it down a little bit. And the denim is really a true neutral. It has the blue shades of the scarf too as well. So the third piece that you wear has a big impact when you're pattern mixing. Back to what I have on right now, this jacket kind of calms down when I add the scarf because it's breaking up all the stripe and plaid, right? The jacket ties it all together and kind of calms it down, okay? Did I have one other example? Well, there's one other combo that you'll see a lot when you go on Pinterest, and that is plaid and leopard. And that's a great look too. So I pulled out this is my plaid shirt, and this I would wear with the leopard belt. Even though there's absolutely no, beige or anything in the shirt, because the leopard is considered a neutral, it works. What I would do to kind of have it make more sense is I would wear it with the booties I have on, my taupe booties, which kind of ties in the color of the belt. And if I were going to wear a sweater, I'd probably throw on, either the navy that I have on, or maybe like a tan sweater, which again would tie in the tan in the leopard and the tan in my boots. But there are some examples of pattern mixing. I'm going to post under this video a blog post that I wrote a while ago with some more tips and pictures and ideas about pattern mixing. But give it a try. Go to your closet, see what you can mix and match. If you have any questions about whether it works, just post it in the Just Get Dressed Facebook group, and I'll give you my advice, and other people can give their advice. We have some girls in that group who are expert pattern mixers, so feel free to run it by us there. And I hope you found this helpful, and I will see you right back here next Tuesday. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.